So this is a bit of a lofty question, but
Loft away.
how would you perform Washington in terms of politics alone?
Okay. Yeah, lofty question. I've got a few different answers, I guess. First of all, term limits comes to mind. For me, I would. I can't speak for others. I don't know if we can legislate term limits, but I will serve no more than 4 terms. Period. Done. I think that's an appropriate amount. I also would never serve as a paid lobbyist for any organization once I would remove myself from Congress. So that's another one. In terms of campaign finance reform, I would be in favor of the repeal of Citizens United. I do not think the corporations are people. I think that human beings should be funding campaigns, and so I do believe in the repeal of that. I do not believe in PACs and super PACs and all the dark money, and I think that's part of the problem that we have. But we really have to have engaged and informed people who can look beyond how much a campaign raises. We really need to have a media that no longer uses that as a litmus test on whether someone can succeed or fail. I mean, Eric Cantor was one of the most powerful people in America. I think he had $5 million and he lost to a guy who raised a couple $100,000. I mean, this should no longer be an issue. It does not support democracy, in my opinion. I think this endless campaigning thing has got to go away. The way that I can do something about that is I will promise that I will never begin formal political campaign or informal political campaigning prior to June 1st of the election year. I just won't. I have a job to do. It should be a really hard job. It should be a lot of hours, and that does not include campaigning. And so my competitors can campaign year round if they like, but I believe that the people will appreciate a congressperson really doing his or her job and leaving the campaigning until towards the end. And I think that people will really respect that and would vote for a person in office just because of that. And finally, who should run? I think a diversity of people should be running. I think that we should have scientists and engineers. I think we should have artists. We should have teachers and ministers and people of faith. I think that we should have business people like me. I think that it should be just a wide swath of America should be running for office. And that's not just the federal level. I'm not just talking Congress, although I think that's particularly important these days, but at the state level and the local level. And this is not something that's surprising or shocking. People, the Democratic and Republican parties at the local and state level want you to be engaged. They want to have a diversity of people. We have to get off the couch and participate in our democracy and actually do things. And so those are some of the things that I think that would reform politics that are very achievable. We just need to set good examples.